Live.
Excellent. I'll let you start.
There we start. Hi everyone. Again, it is Amy, one of the co-founders of the 7 Effect, and you might see both. I'm here with George from Positive Property Solution again this week, which is amazing. He's got a series of videos he's sharing into obviously wherever you're watching this, but I've kind of grabbed him to do some videos for Money Element Month in our Life Design School. So hello to our Life Design Schoolers that are watching us in that space, as well as to the 7 Effect community on our Facebook page, as well as your community.
Yeah, Positive Property Club is there as well.
Yeah. So we're coming to you from all angles. So
absolutely. So it's fantastic. So the 7 Effect.
Yeah, we're super excited. I mentioned it last week, but George and Christina, Positive Property Solution, they've come on board to sponsor Cocktails and Dreams. And we're very much aligned, I think, in helping people reach their goals. That was one of the key things, I think, that really shone out when I met George and Christina was, what are your goals? And all right. And I was like, oh, that's what we do. That's what we're all about. So so when we talked, I said, yep, we're ready to partner with the event, which was exciting. So I said, right, well, how do I tell more people about what you do? And lo and behold, it happened to be Money Element Month in Life Design School. So I said, let's start a series of videos. So
I like talking about money.
Yeah,
it's good fun.
I like hearing about it. And a lot of our people in our community are at different stages and different levels, but they would have seen us, Jodie and myself, share a lot about our properties. I've just renovated one to put on Airbnb, and Jodie shared her house that she put on Airbnb and looking at buying an investment property, which she did as well. So yeah, so we're all I guess everyone's a little bit accustomed to us talking about property, so
excellent.
Very fitting.
So whoever's joined us, hello and welcome. I can see there's quite a few on different cameras. So what we're doing, the best question tonight.
Yes.
We're giving away a limited edition signed autographed copy of my book, and this is actually numbered. There's only 500. There's 136. So 136, you like a number? So
yes. That's in my hot little hand. So I'm going to step out and let George keep talking. We might have lost. I'll let him work out one of the cameras, but I'm going to let George talk as we go through. And then what we'll do is I'll read out the questions. So please, if you've got any questions around what George is sharing tonight, even if you watched the video last week from his share, please jump on and ask a question about anything. But tonight's probably a pretty good night to ask some questions.
Tonight's a great night.
So I'm going to kind of step a bit out of frame. So please excuse me if I kind of jump around a bit. And please excuse me, George, if I jump around a bit, because I'll look to see if anyone's got any particular questions that I can then interrupt you and answer.
Absolutely.
So I'll hand over to George because he's the expert.
Thank you. So last week what we did is we spoke about money. And we talked about Richest Man in Babylon, great book, and I think it's going to be part of your book club.
Yes, yeah, I think, sorry to jump in Life Design School, when you post your goals and share and then update at the beginning and the end of each month, you get a prize to the value of $200. And this month you get cold hard cash, well, in the form of an EFTPOS card for $200, but I'm going to get a copy of that book and add it to the pack as well. So,
so we spoke about a little bit about saving money, and we're talking about now what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about retirement. And look, a lot of people don't want to think about it or talk about it, and that's why we have to. You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Yeah.
The elephant in the room, because sooner or later we're all going to have to retire or do something. What I mean by retirement is not exactly the old version of retirement, because back in the old days, you got a job, you worked for 40 years, you got a gold watch, and then you sat on the porch waiting to die in 3 years' time. You know what I mean? Because what happened was originally the pension was made. They did the statistics, and it was only supposed to last 2 or 3 years.
Ah.
Right, but what's happening is people are living longer now.
They are, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
which is a good thing. Right?
Yes, yeah.
And it's great. Great thing. But the thing is, over 98% of people retire dead broke.
Yeah.
Which is shocking.
Staggering.
It's staggering. Now, I'm going to just share the stats with you because so this is according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, and this is if you make excuses and do nothing about it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So this is the statistics back in 2016. By the time out of 100 people, by the time you turn 65, 15 people don't make it. Then out of that, 74 will be dependent on welfare. 7 must still work to survive, flipping burgers, whatever they have to do. And 3 are financially secure, and 1 is wealthy. You know what I mean? And really, 1 is wealthy. So really, we want to be either the wealthy or the financially secure one at least. And we're trying it. And what makes the difference between the people at the top and the people at the bottom? Well, talking about goals, it's interesting now because Harvard University, they did study.
Yes,
you know what I'm studying?
yes.
Where they questioned all their students and who had written goals.
Yeah.
And 3% of them had written goals. And 20 years later, they interviewed them again.
Yeah.
And the 3% that had written goals had more money than the other 97% put together.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's phenomenal. It really is.
Yeah. So one of the important things is having intention and finding out where you're going to be, because you can't. A goal of goals, or I guess direction in life and where you're going is like if you've got a ship and if you've got no rudder, you can put as much energy as you want, but you're not going anywhere. You're in circles. You really need to know where you're going to be able to get where you're going. And so I guess goals are very, very important, but also knowing and facing realities. And a lot of people don't want to face the reality of time.
Yeah.
And like for me, retirement wasn't about, because I already retired once. I'm back at work now, so that's how boring I found it.
It's not because you had to, though. You were just bored, wasn't it?
I was bored. So I was
That's a nice
fortunate,
place to be.
and I'm going to tell the story afterwards about my retirement and everything else like that. And I had a lot of fun, but in the end, I'm back now. And for me, now I get to do what I love.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And recently, what I've done is I've got this thing called the siesta. I've decided to bring it back.
Oh yes, I was just hearing about this tonight, guys. This, I like this idea.
Because I do a lot of fasting now. I'm doing sort of like, I do 3 hours of eating and 21 hours of not eating.
Okay, wow.
Per day.
Right.
So one, I save a lot of time and money. It's only one meal.
Yeah.
Two, great way to save money.
Here they go. People don't eat.
But so what I do is after I have my meal, I like to relax and chillax for a while.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a shock to the system.
Yeah. When your body's working hard, obviously, to digest when it's just happening sporadically.
Well, I guess yeah, but I suppose
Rest.
I guess it's good because you think about it in all those countries, Mediterranean countries. What do they do? They'll have a siesta.
Yeah.
It's part of the, lion kills prey, eats, and then what do they do?
They live for a long, long time. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So there you go. So anyway, what we're talking about is retirement and why do people retire broke? That's the question.
Well, it sounds like a bit of a sad topic, but we're going to be sharing these things with you. But there is there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Of course there is. And that's the good
There's
part.
always light at the end
The
of the
good part,
tunnel.
there's light at the end of the tunnel. And why do people retire broke? Well, one is people, they just didn't start and never started.
Yeah. Okay.
So they thought, I'd get to it one day. Before you know it, they're in their 60s. And then, you know what I mean? We had one client who joined our program, funny enough, and he was 65.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, and we don't normally take people of that age. Not that I'm ageist, but, normally by that,
They're already
done with their thing, and it is what it is. But he was quite keen, and he joined, and now he's got 2 properties, making over $400 a week.
Nice.
He's done really, really well.
Yeah.
And that's been up a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I was surprised, but he had the right attitude, really positive.
Yeah.
Smokes like a train,
Okay.
but looks really fit. So
That'll be the next goal. Here.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying, but I don't think so. It's like,
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
Great guy, lovely guy.
Yeah.
Actually bought me a nice bottle of wine recently, so definitely a nice guy.
Yeah. Like
So I guess you can start anytime, really.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's never too late to start.
Yeah.
Never ever too late to start.
Never too late to start, but the earlier the better.
Earlier the better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The earlier the better, because time accumulates your money.
Yeah.
See, the challenge is, one thing is you need to be able to put money away.
Yeah.
The second thing is, when you put that money away, you need to do something with it.
Yes.
So your money in the bank, we spoke about this last week,
We did.
it
Yeah.
shrinks because of inflation. So $100,000 today is not the same $100,000 in a year's time.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge. So leaving the bank, people do it for safety, but it's actually not safe
Yeah.
because your money's shrinking. So to keep your money safe, you need it to grow.
Yeah.
But the most important thing investing is actually getting a return, getting your money back.
Yeah.
Because there's no point if you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
So never start to invest, that's one thing. Number 2, started to invest too late.
Yeah.
Right? And that's always the people that procrastinate.
Yeah.
And because we'll never taught this at school or how to
Yeah.
invest.
Actually, that was I think it was Mary, who's in Life Design School. She actually commented on last week's video, and she just said, "Yeah, this is." Oh no, sorry, I shared a Barefoot Investor take. I said, that's kind of good to help you save money, but then look at well, how do I need to, how do I invest it? And she said, this sort of stuff is just never taught in schools.
No,
Just
exactly.
don't learn about it.
Yeah. And so I guess the other thing is people have a fear of borrowing money.
Yeah.
And you know what fear's getting small.
Yes, well, I do.
Yep.
Some of our community might.
What does fear stand for?
Well, the way we talk is false expectations appearing real.
That's exactly
So,
right. And what it is, fear is really about getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So you've got your little comfort zone here, and there you are, and this is all comfortable here. Now, anything really good in your life is outside of the zone, just outside of the zone.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And the challenge is getting out of your comfort zone. And getting out of your comfort zone is not easy. But once you do it, your comfort zone is like a rubber band. So once you stretch it, your comfort zone is bigger.
Yeah.
And you become more comfortable. I mean, I wasn't comfortable running my own business or doing whatever, but once I started doing it, you get used to it and your identity changes. So being an investor or investing is getting out of your comfort zone, changing identity.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say the wrong words to themselves, the wrong self-talk and things like that.
Yeah.
It's a matter of having the right self-talk and really convincing yourself that you are an investment, that you are a winner and you can do it. Yeah. So really, fear is exactly what you said, false expectations of being real.
Yeah.
And that is the idea of getting out of your comfort zone. And a lot of times when you get out of your comfort zone to become better, some people around you will try to stop you.
Yes.
Because you're getting out of your comfort zone, which is getting them out of their comfort zone.
Yes.
You know, when I started my first business, everyone said, George, what are you doing? You've got a great job, stability, don't do it. Everyone said you're an idiot for doing it.
Yeah.
Best thing I did.
Yeah.
It was scary, but I did it. It was great. And when I started investing, everyone saying, what are you doing? You'll lose money.
What are you buying that for?
It was the best thing I ever did, investing in property.
Yeah.
But everyone around me had their opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the problem is you can't trust the opinion of someone that hasn't done something that you want. So your barber, your hairdresser, your Uber driver, people around the barbecue, unless they've got the results you're looking for, they're probably not the right person.
Yeah. We've got some questions.
Ideal time now, rates so low. Yep, absolutely. Rates are very low. And we'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, but rates are all indicative anyway. So what happens is when they go up, the return goes up. When they go down, the return goes down.
Right.
So it pans out.
Yeah.
So back in the 90s, late 80s, interest rates were humongous.
Yes.
Right. However, you could buy a house, and 3 weeks later, you could make 20 grand on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the property price was going up. So when inflation goes up, interest rates go up to match it. So usually interest rates are only 1 or 2% different to inflation rate.
Okay.
So they match each other.
Right.
So a lot of times we look at an interest rate and go, wow, such good money. Because at the time I remember, you could put your money in the bank at 16%.
Yeah.
Right? And people go, wow, 16%.
Yeah.
The problem was it wasn't even catching up with inflation because inflation was higher.
Right.
So you were going to lose money.
So you still weren't making that, right?
No.
Yeah.
So the banks...
The bank's going to get you no matter what, actually.
The number...
I took that away from last week. The banks are just going to get you no matter what, so you've got to work around it.
The numbers that show you doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's all relative to the economy and everything else that's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing we've got to be mindful of.
Yeah.
So interest rates are a funny thing, and I prefer low interest rates to high interest rates.
Yep.
The world's becoming more like that now. In Northern Europe, they're trying negative interest rates at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so which is very interesting. So they've tried negative interest rates because the economy gets really slow. See, our economy in Australia is amazing.
Yeah.
We're the only ones
Very
that
lucky.
didn't get affected by the GFC too much.
Yep.
We did, but only slightly. But because we've got so much migration,
Yeah.
migration and all the investment from China, the Chinese are investing 60 billion in property over the next 10 years.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Because what happened was originally Hong Kong was owned by UK. And what happened was they were owned by UK, and so they were more capitalistic. And then the Chinese mainland, they were communist. So what happened was the Hong Kong people had more money. And what they used to go to mainland China and buy everything up, right?
Yeah.
So then what happened now with the Chinese miracle, that everyone went up, they went to Hong Kong, they started buying Hong Kong out now.
Right.
Yeah, so the price there gone through the roof.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
It's very expensive.
A house this size, apartment this size is like $1 million,
Yeah.
right? Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And so they're all moving here now.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
buying-
That's right.
buying
'cause
up
they're
here.
getting- Yeah.
Exactly, because they're getting
More
squeezed
value
out.
in it,
So I've
yeah.
met a few people from Hong Kong, they go, oh, these Chinese.
Yeah.
They're both Chinese. They go, they're annoying. Right? Well, they're going to do the same thing here.
Yeah.
Right? And they've been, buying lots of big apartments and all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not big in apartments anyway. I really like when you're buying a property for it to be a lot more demand than supply.
Yeah.
And with
Okay.
apartments, it's difficult unless it's boutique.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so
Good to
a
know.
lot of people wouldn't realise this.
Yeah.
Because you think if you buy in the CBD that there's no more land there.
Yeah.
However, because apartments are
Because
vertical,
they can go up.
because they're vertical,
Right.
right, they can go up. So someone can go next door and build another 100.
Yeah.
So there's no lack.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But in the suburbs, where you can't build apartments, there's a lack of land
Yes.
close to the city.
Yeah.
So you want to be tight in
Yeah.
close to the city.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be up north where they've released last year 22,000 lots of land up there.
Yeah. Right.
Over
Too much.
We
Yeah.
don't have enough population out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the population's growing a little bit here, but not compared to other states.
Yeah.
They're really kicking ass now. We've got a new government, so we'll see what happens, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, fear of borrowing money. Now, if you've got fear of borrowing money and stuff like that or investing, the most important way to get rid of fear is through education,
Yes.
right? Because through education, that's going to get rid of the fear because then you know what you're doing and then stop scaring you.
Yeah. And
So-
I say knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah. More confidence.
And I really say to anyone that wants to invest, you really owe it to yourself. You need to become the expert. I don't have to look at you with the camera. Paul.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm just looking at you.
Let's go, yeah.
I'll look to see if there's any questions. So I'll.
So what, basically you need to become the expert because it's really up to you and you shouldn't be investing unless you really get educated or get the right mentors, the right education so you really know what you're doing. See, a lot of people think that Richard Branson and Tim Ferriss and people like that, or this big, Elon Musk, are real big risk takers, right? That's what you think, isn't it? They're actually not risk takers. They're very conservative. So what they do is they understand what they're doing so well, better than everyone else, and they realise there's not a lot of risk, and that's what they're doing.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
They don't
so-
see it as risky at all because they know.
Because they know,
Yeah.
so they don't see it as risky because they've got the education. Now, if you went in there not knowing anything about it, trying to do what Elon Musk or Richard Branson's doing, well, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Very risky.
Yeah.
But if you're smart enough and educated enough, then that takes away the risk. So fear, to get rid of fear, what you need is you need to educate yourself, but also you need to get the right circle of professionals around you that can help you, that are
Yeah.
experts in that field, that have done what you want to do. Because I really think, like Anthony Robbins says, Big Tony, they call him, or joke.
Yes.
Anthony
Joke.
Robbins,
Our audience might, or you may or may not have heard, I
Yeah.
joked about it, but Jody loves Tony.
Tony
I
Robbins.
bought her a t-shirt that actually said,
Oh, really?
I love Tony.
Yeah. Tony's awesome. I love Tony too.
Yeah.
I actually was lucky enough to meet him in the 90s, and I actually did a lot of work with Tony. And what we used to do is we used to do the firewalk.
Ah.
And I don't know if anyone's done a firewalk before. Have you done a
Yeah. Has
firewalk?
anyone out there doesn't know? I have one of our in
Is it-
Life Design School, Daya, who hosts Life Design School. She actually did it, I think, last year. She may jump on and correct me if I'm wrong, but
Okay.
so
I've
it was
actually
amazing.
I've done quite a few firewalks, and actually my job was to be a state reducer. So my job was to actually be the person right at the firewalk when you go on board to help the
Oh.
people. And what used to happen is
No pressure.
no, look, I really enjoyed it because it was
Yeah,
really
but
cool.
you knew,
I
you knew,
knew it was
you know,
good.
this is not, it's not the
Yeah,
risk because
yeah,
you know what you're doing.
exactly. So I remember the first time I firewalked because you walk up there and you know you're going to be taking your shoes and socks off. You're barefoot. You've got a fire next to you. And you can feel the heat at your face, right?
Yeah,
From down there, you're thinking, oh my God, right?
yeah,
And you're looking at that and you're getting all prepared and you get the right state and you're all positive, right? And then the first step is so difficult.
yes.
And just like with investing, it's so difficult because you just don't know what's going to happen. You go way out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you step down. Once you step once, you're stuck. You have to keep going.
Keep going.
You
You have to stand there.
You have to stand there. And the state reducer normally will get you the right state and then give you a little push.
Ah, okay.
Right? And that little push is all you need.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
that's
bit
your,
like a coach.
your person that's your circle of
Yeah,
influence. You know, that's having the right
a bit like
person
having
in
the
your
right
team.
mentor to give you
Yeah.
a little push to get you going.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of times we need that little push.
yeah.
And then you walk across, you jump up, you celebrate because you're like, thank God I didn't burn the shit out of my feet.
Yeah. That's right.
It's fantastic. And you come out amazing, right?
Yeah.
And suddenly your comfort zone is out here now.
Yeah.
Because you're like, hey, bitches, I can walk and fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, watch
It's really
out, I
cool.
can do anything.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
look, me being in my 20s, I was like 24 at the time. I was very cocky.
Oh, you would have loved it. Yeah.
Maybe too cocky. But
Right.
I'm more down to earth now. But yeah, but it was awesome. It was great. And then I worked with Tony Robbins, and I was lucky to meet him a few times. And he was a really awesome guy. His hands
Maybe
like
one of these
big arms.
videos you could tell us a little bit, you know, of your experience.
Oh, yes.
Just about Tony.
Good idea. Good idea.
We
Yeah.
have some stories.
Tony's an interesting guy, fascinating guy. So anyway, I'm going to move on, but that's the fear. Yeah. So that's how you get rid of fear. And I guess the other thing that stops people from investing is a lack of modern education.
Yeah.
Right? And like I said before, at school, you don't learn this stuff at school.
No.
At all, right? We used to leave it up to the banks and the schools, the corporates to tell us what to do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work anymore.
No.
You know, a lot of what they taught us is dead wrong. I remember my teacher, she used to say, George, you know, don't use your calculator. You're never going to have a calculator when you're at work. Well, hello, sorry, she's wrong.
Yeah.
We've got a calculator everywhere.
But yeah.
She goes, you know, you can't use a calculator. You'll learn how to do it without a calculator because you're not going to be able to access one. Well, actually, she was completely wrong about that.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because at school, what you're taught is you're taught how to just do things. And it's completely different in business. Because in business, all the collaborating, that's called cheating at school.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can't.
Exactly. Yeah, so
think about it that way.
they're teaching the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Because it's all about sharing and collaborating and helping each other. That's how business is done, really.
Yeah.
You know, and the beautiful thing about it is, I suppose, what I love about the future and technology and everything else like that is now business owners, to become successful in business, it's all a matter of helping enough people.
Yeah.
Where 100 years ago, it was about being a rich baron and owning all the land and the factories and taking advantage of people.
Yeah.
Where now it's completely flipped. And the only way to make money is by helping people.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, he's created an electric car. He's created used rockets. He's in the environment, helping people.
Yeah.
Innovating.
The batteries.
Google. You can Google anything you want. You've got more information at the tip of your palm than the President of the United States 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Amazing when you think about it.
Well, that's when you think with that fear and then the knowledge side of things. You know, you've got so much knowledge, like I said, right at your fingertips.
We've got too much knowledge. That's the problem.
Oh yes.
Because
there's information overload.
Yes, because we don't know what to read and what not to read, and there's so many different opinions online. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But we have got a lot of power. So all these big entrepreneurs and people that are making money now, they're actually succeeding because they're helping people. You want to be a billionaire, help a billion people.
Yeah.
And you'll be a billionaire.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it. And I really like the way it's moving that way.
Oh yeah, that's
because
right.
people can help the environment and help people make money out of it.
Yeah.
And really, I think because of social media and other things, that the future is going to be a lot brighter, and companies will have more accountability.
Yes.
You know, that I look forward to that.
Yeah.
It's slowly becoming that, which is great.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think so. And that is a big thing for us. If we can help as many people reach their goals, change their life, all that, the world is just going to be a better place.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's still talk about retirement.
Yes.
Sorry,
So I was just going to say, I know we digress, but Monica, who's actually one of our community members.
Monica.
So she's here. Look, she's got pre-approval for over a year, but she just needs to move out of her comfort zone.
Oh, really? Wow.
So, Mom.
Over a year. Wow.
And you know the sort of stuff we do. So we'll keep
at least you've got your goal and you're set up. Now you just need a mentor to give you a little push to cross over that fire. But really, the important thing is getting it right.
Yes.
So I'd rather spend 90% of my time getting it right, and then 10% doing it.
Yeah.
Because we've got this client, because I'm a property coach, as you probably know. We've got this client in Melbourne, and he had this property in a suburb in Melbourne that wasn't so good. Mm-hmm. And it was an older property, and it had asbestos and all that. But he thought he bought it for a bargain.
Okay.
But he was back every week fixing it and throwing money. It was like a money pit.
Yeah.
So what happened was he didn't do a lot of research beforehand, which made him do a lot of work afterwards. Yeah. Right? So and what he did, he just kept going in and money pit. And then what happened was one of his friends actually was on our program. Yeah. And he ended up coming on to one of our workshops in Melbourne. Yep. And he booked in for a strategy session. He came in and joined the program. And now he's got 2 properties that are making him one's making $20, the other's making $40 a week. Yeah. And he's spending less than 10 minutes a week. It's not costing him all his time and frustration, because he's an engineer, he flies around, he gets paid a lot of money per hour. And, sometimes we forget that, if you're worth, $100 an hour, don't do a $10 an hour job. That's right. Right? Yeah. A lot of people don't get that. And people don't think like that. And I'm really into this new thing about how instead of who. Yeah. Who instead of how. Yep. Right?
Who can do it instead of how.
That's right, exactly. So And I'm really trying to outsource a lot more of my life, which is great.
Yes, yeah, we're going to have a bit more of a chat about getting, the whole virtual assistant and having, even somebody there with your, your life admin stuff, guys, as well. Because maybe how much time do you spend researching things or paying bills
That's
or all
right.
that sort of stuff where maybe you could outsource it. It's amazing the world we live in now.
Yeah, it's all a matter of if you work $40 an hour and a job costs less than 40 and you don't enjoy doing it, outsource it.
Yeah.
Because you're better off doing something you love or
That's
you're good at and making more money.
Yeah,
So
and especially when you're in business, Jodie and I have been going through this, and with our Lifestyle Business Builder community, because when you charge yourself out in your business, or what your hourly rate is, and then if it's like, well, hang on, I'm spending 3 hours a week trying to sort out my website or do my e-newsletters that I'm sending out or any of those sorts of things, it's actually, well, your time is better spent business development and making more money in your business.
Your time is better spent with genius,
yes.
what you're good at. Because, and I got this from Tim Ferriss when I had dinner with him in Melbourne.
Yeah.
He said, if you love it, the world needs it, you get paid for it, and you're great at it, that's your purpose.
Yeah.
And that's your area of genius. And,
yeah.
that's how I started. That's how I ended up starting the property club.
Yeah.
Right? Because the positive property club, don't mix it with the other club.
Yeah.
Anyway, so because what I wanted to do is I thought, I'm really good at property and I love it and I can get paid for it, it's great.
Yeah.
So it fit
Helps other people.
Yeah, I love it. And I've started outsourcing a lot of stuff. So for example, now my wife and I don't do any dishes during the week.
I know, George was telling me about
5 days
this.
a week.
They don't do any dishes.
Right? No dishes at all.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that I'm adding to it's great.
Yeah.
No ironing, no dishes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I'm just outsourcing because we can do a lot better doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Love it.
So we're talking about super. A lot of people rely on their super.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not enough.
No.
If the average couple, they need around 2 million super if they want to live on 50,000 a year, which is not that good anyway.
Not that good for two
Right?
people, isn't
Yes,
it? Yeah.
right.
$25,000 each year.
So 50,000 a year, actually, no, $2 million, that would be 50,000 each.
Each,
That's not
okay.
too bad, yeah. Because we're looking at, the bank at the moment is giving you 2.5%.
Yeah.
So $2 million will give you 50,000.
Okay.
But if you're smart and invest it somewhere better, you
Yeah.
might get 100.
Get more.
But you're going to have to be smart, and you might as well invest it beforehand anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and the average super lasts, the average Australian, 6 years. And then that's it. And guess what their second biggest asset is? Or the biggest asset is? Their family home.
Yeah, family home.
And you know what? A lot of people end up resorting to selling their family home.
Yeah.
Which really sucks. You did spend 25 years paying it off.
That's
and then
right.
you've got to sell it, right?
And you're at a time where you could actually enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
paid off, but you've got to sell it to survive, to live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Ross Greenwood, he was today show.
Oh, yes, yep. I've
He was
seen the
saying,
video.
what you want to do is you want to own 4 houses of life, pay that outright,
Yeah.
and that way you can have enough to retire and live on, right? And the thing is, super's not going to work. And as far as I'm concerned, the share market's a little bit dangerous anyway. I'm not big on shares.
Yeah,
Some people are good at it, but the thing is,
that's one of the things I don't have the knowledge around, but I don't want to.
Well,
it doesn't interest me.
the challenge
So-
is, the challenge is it's rigged. Okay, it's a rigged game. The casino, Bitcoin shares are all rigged from the house. So what happens is the people at the top of all the money, when it comes to casinos and shares and Bitcoin, they control it. And if you're lucky enough, you can make money.
Yeah.
But it's not through skill that you're going to make money.
Yeah.
Right? Very hard.
Right.
So sometimes in shares you can make money if you're really clever. I know one guy who became a property millionaire, retired, and took out $1 million. Good friend of mine, actually. Great guy. And he took out $1 million and decided to put it in the share market because he was retired.
Okay.
And every time I'd see him, doing his computer going, shh. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Spending all his
share
time
market.
here.
And I guess it was a bit of fun for him.
Yeah.
But after a year, he got that $1 million and turned it to 200,000. So he lost 800,000.
All of that time.
He spent
And
all
he
the
lost
time and lost all that money.
$800,000.
Luckily, his properties went up more than that anyway.
Yes.
And he did nothing. with his
Yeah.
properties. They were just sitting there doing it for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How crazy.
Just left
Then
it
after
out.
that, he said, George, I'm sticking to property.
Yeah.
And he's got so much money on property. He makes $50,000 a month out of property.
Wow.
Because he bought a lot of property back in the 90s
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And, it's all a matter of time. See, property is all about time. Timing might be important, but time is more important than anything else.
Yeah.
And the reason I want to talk about property is I really think that's the only way for the average Australian to really create an income that's recurring.
Yeah.
Right? And the only way
with retirement in mind
with
as well.
retirement in mind as well. Yeah. And because when I first started, I wasn't born with a silver spoon. My parents actually struggled to make ends meet, so I knew that I had to find something. And, I've never heard of Safers shares or Safers Bitcoin,
Yes.
but what have we heard?
Yeah, it's always
Safers houses, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I went into houses, and I didn't know much, but even the properties I bought, I didn't know what I was doing because I left them long enough. They've made money anyway.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
So-
that was my story when I first came to you guys.
Yeah.
That was my first thing. Like, we've still got these properties by default.
You-
But
you got
do I
some-
get rid of them? What do I do?
You've got some great properties.
Yeah.
I try to avoid selling properties whenever I can
Yes.
because we're trying to buy properties, not sell. You make money when you buy, not when you sell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what you're better off is taking the equity out and using equity.
That's
The equity's
right.
there for you to use. And I was lucky, so I did it all wrong. And I suppose what happened was I found the right mentors and copied them, emulated what they did. And then after I found the positive property blueprint, the way of doing it now, I retired in a few short years with 10 properties at 37. And at about, I think it was like $4.5 million worth of property. I was making $180,000 a year back in Canterbury.
Yeah.
And I was retired. It was great.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
So that's the possibility, and not for people that maybe are a little bit risk averse with things. It's building up over time.
yeah, so I
and
mean, one property. So properties, they go up 5 to 7, 9, 10% a year on average. So over 10 years, a property is more likely to double. You can buy at the right time. So if you buy a $500,000 property, in 10 years you would have made $500,000 without paying 1 cent off, and you'd be making $25,000 a year.
Yeah.
And for some people, that's enough.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's great.
Yep.
You know what I mean? 25 grand a year without getting out of bed, $500,000 worth of equity. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
You can
right.
do a lot with that. I mean, I pulled out $350,000 of equity when I retired, and I bought a convertible Porsche, went around the world, travel, party, spent money like crazy. It was great fun.
Had a great time.
Yes, because what I did is I got a team of professionals. Because for people that have known me for a while, I don't like complicated strategies that take hours of my time. I like the quickest way to point out.
We're very simple. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Simple
So
system structure.
I like to spend less than 10 minutes a week on properties.
Wow. Okay.
That's it.
Yep.
Right? And I've got lots.
Yeah.
I've just got all the right people doing it for me.
Yep.
Because actually, they're the experts. They're better than what I am.
Yeah.
Like the property manager can manage property better than me.
Yes.
My lawyer knows contracts better than me.
Yep.
The depreciation guy knows how to depreciate property than I do. My accountant knows how to do the tax better. So there's nothing for me to do.
Yeah.
All I have to do is find the property, sign the paperwork. They do the rest.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is collect the money.
Yeah.
And count it.
That's nice.
It's not bad. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I think property is a really good way of getting your money and actually doing something with it instead of putting your money just in the bank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And instead of risking the share market or anything else like that. And like we said last week, the 3 places, the best place to invest: yourself,
Yes.
your business, if you know what you're doing.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'd say if you know what you're doing, because
Yes.
I've known people that have
Better jump in the business that don't know what they're doing.
and property.
Yeah.
And the 3 areas, and you invest in those 3 areas, especially if you invest in yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's good too.
that's the investing in yourself to get over those fears and stretch your comfort zone and get out of those sorts of areas as well. And then increasing your knowledge. So that's investing in yourself through that. And that's it. We talk about surrounding it. Who are you surrounded by? So you look at that close circle. I can't remember. The close circle of 5.
Yeah, the 5 people around
The 5
you.
people closest to you.
And you average their wage,
Yeah.
and then you're going to have that wage.
That's it.
I should start hanging out by.
I know I'm just going to move in here, guys. So get ready.
But it's true. It's true. It does happen that way. It does.
Yeah, and I think what I really liked as well, just because we talk about this a lot as well, and even in the goals club that I had recently, is look at who you're talking to when they're giving you advice as well when it comes to friends and family, and if they're against something, don't take that as their right. Just take that as they're projecting what their fears are. They're either coming from a place of fear or a place of love. Yes. So they may be, it's stretching their comfort zones. They're coming from a place of love in that worried about you or don't want you to make a mistake or don't want you to lose money or any of those sorts of things, that's the place they're coming from.
Absolutely.
So take that for what it is.
Yeah, when I started
appreciate
investing, or when I started my first business, everyone that said don't do it, they weren't doing it to be mean to me.
That's right.
They
Pretty much
actually
you
cared,
failed.
they cared about me.
Yeah.
And they thought, you know, don't go out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Stick to what's safe.
Yes.
But no, there's nothing exciting inside your comfort zone.
That's what stuff happens out here, guys.
Look.
And it gets bigger and it gets bigger. And this is the beauty. I think you would see this with everybody that you work with. But, you know, with people when they start to set goals and we get people to really dare to dream and stretch right outside their comfort zone. But then it's like, all right, well, what's something small that I could do this month that'll get me closer to that big dream?
That's right.
And suddenly people are like, oh, you know, yes, I went along, and it might be something I went along to a networking night by myself and actually it was great. You know, nobody kicked me out, nobody didn't talk to me, people were friendly, and I really enjoyed it. So it's like, okay, so people are now, you know, little things like that. Once you've done something like that, suddenly it's like, all right, well, now I'm going to volunteer to talk at the next networking night that I'm a part of, and suddenly you're up there in front of the audience sharing your story. So, you know, those things grow and build. So, so I would, that's what I just say with that.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. I think one little step at a time, and you can get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, you're happy to jump all in, and you know, you're that sort of person that's like, well, I'm going to smash this comfort zone. You know, go for it. But you know, you can build these things up as well.
That's right. Who will you give the book to?
Oh yes. Now I'm just going to say, well, Monica has shared on our group, and I'm just going to come over here. The camera. Looking off to, yes, sorry, Sylvia's just commenting about the camera. Sylvia, we've got 4 different cameras or 3 different cameras that we're actually presenting to. So we're kind of looking all over the place at the moment. So sorry, guys.
Yes.
But if anyone's got any questions, we can give it just a minute or two if anyone's
give it a minute for questions.
If anyone's got any questions for George, like while you've got him here, I mean, look, he's here on here for free that you can ask him a question. So jump in and do that.
Get out of your comfort zone, ask me a question.
That's right. Get out of your comfort zone.
Now, so what I'm going to do is give the book away.
Yes.
But also,
it's all right here.
What I'm doing instead of the calls.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is just to give people a bit of a hand.
Yeah.
What I've got is I've got my head property coach, Christina, and she knows my stuff really, really well.
Yeah, I'm working with Christina, so I would definitely vouch for that.
Yeah. So what I've got is Christina, and I'm going to give a handful of free property calls.
Oh, a little quick consult call.
Yeah. They're like 10 or 15 minutes.
Yep.
But what's going to happen is it's a free call. You book in. Christina will sit down, have a chat to you, and find out where you're at, and just give you clarity on where you are and what your next step is, where you need to go. I think that would be really helpful.
That would be brilliant. Yeah.
And if you want to do that, just
shall we just comment below?
Yeah, just comment below.
Yeah, or did you want to share a link to be able to book in? What do you think?
Yeah, we'll share a link. We'll post it.
It'll be a breakthrough call?
It's a property breakthrough call.
Property breakthrough call.
So for the person that's saved up and
so for Monica, that'd be something
Monica,
for you.
Probably a good thing for you to talk to.
To jump in.
But I think that would be really handy to give you a bit of clarity.
Yeah.
Because I know when I started, finding people to help was very difficult.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't really a mentoring back in those days.
Yeah.
So I had to really look around, and I ended up flying to Miami.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me. That you guys don't know, but I get hear all these sort of stories.
So there was this guy from Melbourne. He's called the Three Millionaire, and this guy is paid $20 million to go on the space program. He's had lunch at the Titanic. He used to play guitar, and he's become very successful at the property.
Wow.
And he was living in the same apartment as David Beckham.
Oh.
Right? And I thought, I'd like to, so I met him a couple of times by accident, because I was doing NLP training.
Yeah.
And he was one of the students there.
Okay.
So I went to meet him, we had a bit of a chat, and I heard that it was in Florida. And I thought, I really need to learn from this guy because he's so good. He's younger than me, he's got more money than me, so I really got to learn.
Yeah.
Put my ego aside. So anyway, so I booked my flights.
Yep. And
then I sent him a message, hey, I'm going to be in town. Right? But I didn't realise I was going to see him.
Yeah. I just happened to be in Miami.
Let's catch up for a drink or a coffee, right? He goes, let's catch up for a drink. I think, thank God. Let's go there and not.
Yeah. I thought it was
going out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So anyway, I ended up going to a conference afterwards anyway. So it all, once you do one thing, you start doing another thing. It was an amazing trip. Yeah. And we're overlooking Miami there, and that's one of my 4-minute miles broken. Because I thought this guy can do it, I can do it. So we'll drink these apple martinis all night, and I was really learning a lot. And then after him buying a few rounds, I thought I better buy a round. And I pulled out $50 American, put it down, and back in those days, 50 American was like $100 Australian. So I pulled that out and go, keep the change, because I'm trying, you're supposed to get tips. And she's like, that'll be another 50, thank you.
Oh, goodness.
Plus the tip. I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah,
Right.
so you're just handing out cash.
I'm like, how rich is
It's
this guy?
like when you can hang out with these sorts of people.
I'm thinking, how rich is this guy? Well, he spent 20 million to go to space. Right?
Yeah, that's right. He's got a fair bit of cash.
He's not called a trillionaire for nothing.
Yeah, that's right. He's got that.
He's got the cash, but he really taught me a lot of really good concepts about property, which is great. And I really had to go out of my way to meet people like him to find out about property.
Yeah.
And interesting, when I met Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I had a chat to him about property.
Yeah.
And Arnold told me that he actually wouldn't have been successful in acting if it wasn't for property.
Yeah. So he all of his sort of his investment, or that's what he.
Property. Yeah. So what happened was he had a company that was doing renos, and there was some disaster, and he got all the bodybuilders in pretty cheap labour to start doing it.
That's a great idea.
Anyway, so the bodybuilders did that, and he did all that sort of stuff, and he ended up buying all this property.
Yeah.
The property gave him enough income, so he could just full time go acting.
Wow. Right.
And look for the right roles.
Yeah.
Because the problem is, it takes a lot of time to get roles, and if you've got no money, you get desperate, you get the wrong roles, and suddenly you're finished.
That's right. Yeah.
But he could choose what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And found the right roles, and that moved him up and made him famous.
Yeah.
He's very smart.
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks, he's a big body.
Yeah, that's right. I think a bit of a gym meathead sort of.
Such an articulate, intelligent man. Amazing.
Wow.
And he's got his shit together. He really understands mindset and everything else like that. I mean, he studied meditation for like 1 year and then gave it up and said, "That's all I need." Yeah.
Wow.
And apparently, he's still got the benefits, he reckons.
Yeah. Well, again, and that's the thing, for anybody out there, I think, there is somebody out there that has been in the same place as, what you are now or where you see yourself. So, whatever your financial situation is, whatever your relationships are, wherever you are, money-wise or wealth-wise, that have gone out and have turned their life around. So, and it is just connect. So it's possible. It's just getting with the right people.
And the thing is, you get one area of your life good, that helps every other area.
Yes.
You get fitter, you make more money.
Yeah.
You look better, your relationship's better, you're happier, you got more energy.
Yes.
Or you got more money.
Yeah.
You can get a personal trainer, you can travel, you can have more fun, your relationships are better. Every area.
Getting all those elements of life right.
Every element affects the rest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think in our capitalist society, the easiest one to measure and to do is the money side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? However, I do believe that you've got to balance the wheel out.
Yeah.
Because some people out there, all they want to do is money, and they work 100 hours a week, and they've got money, but they've got no meaning of time in life. You know what I mean? And I really think that the combination, you need money, you need time, and with that, you create meaning.
Yeah.
And it's the meaning that really matters. It's not the money.
Yeah.
It's what you can do, the people you can impact, the life you can create, and the effect you have people around you. And I think people that create money and time, they create a lot of good things for society. Yeah. And you see that all the time.
They do. They're out there doing all those amazing things in the world.
So for example, I'm on the board of iPlay Sport, where what we do is we help people with visually impaired play sport. And to them, it makes a world of difference because they're visually impaired, they don't have a big social life. Yep. And if they're doing a regular sport, they get exercise, they get fitter, they've got a social life. It's it's really good for their mental health, for their physical health, for everything. It's fantastic. And so I think it's a really good course. It's fantastic and it's local, and we help them. And actually, some of them gone to the Olympics. Yeah, wow. Which is awesome. So it's great. And we help them. And Albert Simons, the guy from the Who Hard Guy? Yes. And he's retired.
He's my wedding engagement.
Oh, really? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So he actually recently joined our board.
Oh, right.
And the reason he did it because he's got a lot of money, a lot of time.
He does. And he had all the time in the world to help design.
Exactly. And you know what? It's really good because, whatever your opinion of him is in those commercials, he's actually a good guy. Oh, he's lovely. And
definitely vouch for that.
And I can see the impact he had with us and his ideas and his energy and how he loves helping and doing things like that, which is excellent. Yeah, and if he didn't have the money and time, he wouldn't be doing it.
Wouldn't be doing that.
You know what I mean? You know, people joining a board that have got no money or time.
Yes.
They can't.
They can't.
Yeah, so it's interesting how it goes hand in hand. So it's great.
I think that's the thing, guys. You know, it's money element month in Life Design School, and with the 7 effect for us. You know, obviously George's group though as well. You can always jump into those things, but that's the thing. You know, like they say, you know, money is the root of all evil. It's absolutely not, because you know, the more money you have, the more time you've got, the more you can give back, the more things you can do, and you know, we're big proponents of that.
Yeah, maybe 100 years ago it was the root of all evil.
Yes.
Because, you know what I mean?
Yes, it was the tyrant.
Because the king had all the money.
Yeah, that's right.
He'd go around raping, pillaging, killing everyone.
Yeah,
but
that's
now money is actually the way of helping people and doing things, you know, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So
Brilliant.
I think it's awesome. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you everyone. You know, if you've got anyone watching this, obviously afterwards, if you do have any questions, because we're here. And the breakthrough call. So please comment below, because you'll get a breakthrough property call with Christina, and she'll share a link with how you can just book into that. Yep, I'm looking at it, Christina.
Yep. So just type in "I'm in."
Yes. And I'll leave it up to George to have a bit of a look through, because on his page, where he's in on our page in our Life Design School, to have a look at who we'd like to send a copy of his book out to from the interaction we've had tonight.
We're in charge of that.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I'll do that. All right, guys. I'm going to be scanning
And we're
through
going to send it.
who's been on the call.
So
make sure you've got until tomorrow afternoon before I'll make the decision. So comment below with any questions or your thoughts on the subject. Or we've still got 3 more live videos that we're going to be presenting. So if you've got any things you would like the topics or the subjects to be around, then also comment with that as well.
Yeah, comment "I'm in" if you want a breakthrough call with Christina.
Comment "I'm in" for the breakthrough property call, and I'll be scanning through to see you know, if anyone's got any questions or anything that's popped up afterwards, to see who I send George's book to.
Awesome.
I'll do that.
Have a wonderful night. Cheers.
See you guys. Bye.
Unfortunately, Christina's phone died. Oh, that's why. That was fun.
Well, is it what? Can you share? Will you?
I'll
share from anyone. Yeah.
I've already shared it on our positive property class tomorrow with George.
Brilliant.
Oh, you've already done it? Oh,
Yeah, great. Yeah, there's always workarounds for these things.
Yes, there is.